So shall we start with Muric? Because clearly a guy who's had a bit of a shaky start to his town career, and then some kind of international-based tomfoolery, shall we say, he's been involved in as well, allegedly. But in this game, he was absolutely imperious. A blue wall, some superb stops, and of course that double stop was absolutely astonishing. Friend, what did you make of his performance in this one?
I'm so happy for him. Really mean that, because having come into a new club, replacing a fan favourite in Vaz, then missing the first game of the season through injury, then having the game against his former team where he made 2 mistakes, had one of the lowest sofa score ratings in history. It was kind of picked out on social media, I think really unfairly. It wasn't his finest day, let's be honest, but he was really singled out for that. And then having the incident with the Kosovo national team, which is something that he quite strongly refutes. His head could be anywhere coming into that, and it's something that we don't often think about, I think, as fans, as reporters, whatever, is that these players have things going on, that they'd be struggling mentally with things going on in the background. So for him to come into this and put in that kind of performance was really, really good, really impressive, and really fantastic to see. The saves were fantastic. The double saves, obviously, the one that stands out, where the router cuts inside, goes to kind of curl one into the top corner. He gets there, gets up, and then it comes straight out to Mitoma, who'd probably be frustrated he doesn't hit it first time, but still has all the goal to aim for. And Muric still gets up and gets to the other side of his goal to then make the save before the rebound's fired wide. There are quite a few. I felt like maybe from there, the saves weren't quite as hard, but they still have to be there to be made. Sorry. The other thing that stood out to me is just the way he commanded his box. Every cross that came in, he jumps up, grabs it, he punches it out. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he could have been so nervous given the way that he tried to do that against City, and it failed quite spectacularly. Here he did it, and it just worked unbelievably well. I think he'll probably be keen to work on his distribution still a little bit more, but other than that, when it comes to the core parts of being a goalkeeper, he ticked every single box. And if it wasn't for him on Saturday, we're probably talking about a defeat that features at least 3 goals.
Yeah, he was sensational, wasn't he, Rossi? If you freeze screen that the second save in that double save, it doesn't look possible that he's going to get to the ball, because he's it defies logic really that he managed to save that. What kind of view did you have of that, Rossi, and what was your impression of Muric as a whole? We're going to hear from Kieran McKenna after you've given us your thoughts.
Yeah, in the Premier League, you're basically allocated just one spot, and you can't move from that spot. You obviously can have a little, wander, but you can't actually move. Like in the, normally in the second half, I move, where Town are attacking. But so I was in just one spot. So I had the Brighton attack in the first half, which was great view for Muric's save, because I was right there in the angle. Although a defender's bum was in the way for the pictures, so I couldn't get a really good picture of it. But yeah, I was right there just seeing those saves, and he's a big lad, so him to get up so quickly to get that second save was incredible. And yeah, he's a big lad, so he's that presence. He makes himself big, and to make those saves is fantastic. In a key moment in the game. And as AJ said, there was a few other moments in the game. There weren't like weldy saves, but there were saves that he had to make. And yeah, for him to bounce back from the last few weeks is incredible, and it proves the money we've spent on him, because we have spent, I think it's 8 million, 9 million, or something like that. Yeah. Maybe 12 million.
8 million, I think.
Fees. Yeah,
8 million.
So it's sort of like, once again, you need a good goalkeeper at this level, and he's proven he can make those saves. And I think a lot of Town fans went, you know what, criticised him in that Man City game, but he stepped up in this one against a really good Brighton side, and yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah, I'm sure the greatest manager of all time, Brian Clough, had a saying that a good goalkeeper is worth like 12 points a season. I think I've mentioned that before. I think he said 12 points, can't remember. But he had Peter Shilton, who obviously was a fairly decent stopper back in the day, although you've probably never heard of him, either of you.